Hey, what's up, guys? And first of all, no, I have not cancelled anything. I will indeed finish What If Naruto Was Hancock. But I'm starting to venture out into other series, guys. I've been meaning to do this for a long time now. So I'm starting to venture out, starting with a collaboration into a different world. Not just the Naruto universe, going into a different world this time. I want to know if you guys like this and if you would like me to continue. If you want it to continue, just comment down below. And yes, there will be no more other than this one. What if Naruto was? Told you with the 8 gates will be finished and Hancock will be finished, guys. So you have nothing to worry about. This is just something I've been working on and I want to know what you guys think of it. So yeah, tell me down below if you want part 2. So this will be What If Naruto was the villain within the Dragon Ball Z Super Universe, guys. So let us dive into another universe and see what you guys think, starting with this collaboration. So let's begin now, guys. It began with hunger. Not just the hunger for empty stomach, but the deeper kind. The hunger that came from years of rejection, scorn, and hate. At 8 years old, the young boy Naruto Uzumaki had already given up, waiting for kindness. All that remained was a glaring need for him to prove the world that it was wrong. It was in the darkness of his tiny apartment. That is when he first discovered. It felt like a tingle in his spine, then all over, as he brought something that has been missing from the world for so long back to reality. A single chain that came from his palm one night. Surprise! He had felt it under his skin, but it did not tear his skin or anything. It was made from chakra. But this was no normal chain, similar to the Uzumaki adamantine chain. However, this was a power that was supposed to be lost to time. In the beginning of the Uzumaki clan, when the place was more chaotic, when the clan was more ruthless, brutal, wicked, this power had surfaced. On that night, Naruto tried to understand what it was, as chains came from his stomach. They seemed to be made like dripping lava. They were crimson, almost like they were glowing, pulsating like they would burn at the touch. But they did not burn. They held power inside of it, a strange abnormal power. One of the chains lashed out by Naruto's command, gripping onto the candle light. And suddenly, the flame was snuffed out, the energy drained into his body. Naruto felt a shudder run through him, and a sharp pain as he collapsed over. For the first time feeling this sensation, this hunger, this thirst. In a world where everyone treated him like a monster, Naruto thought that they perhaps deserve to see the monster that they talk about so much, despite not knowing why. It started small, a stray cat, as it was going after some birds, when suddenly the chain lashed out. Every living thing had chakra within them. When the chain gripped onto the cat, it tried to get away, clawing at the ground, tearing at the ground, but Naruto would not let go. As he felt it, the connection, the absorption, and he felt so amazing. He moved the birds, other wild animals, roaming or within the forest. Whenever he did it, it felt like he was drinking or devouring something so great that his body needed. He felt their life dissolve into him, their movement slow, their body weaken until all that remained was a husk. He would rise, stronger, greater than ever. But animals were not enough. A drunk villager spat at him one evening and threw a stone that hit him. He smiled. With no one else around, Naruto chains lashed out. The man tried to scream, but they wrapped around his mouth and, gripping his throat tightly, it started to drain him, devouring every ounce of chakra. Naruto did not stop, watching as the man wither away, turning into a husk of his former self. Naruto stood there, exhilarating. He felt amazing, truly amazing. Weeks turned into months. Naruto pushed the boundary of what his chains could devour, as he had no intention of stopping anytime soon. Day by day he felt the world around him, the soil of the earth, the wind in the air, and tried to reach it with the depths of his chains. They struck the earth one day, and Naruto tasted something deeper, raw, ancient, nature itself. The chains drink. As the ground started to turn black, trees started to die. Naruto screamed as green markings started to spread all over him. The sensation, it was unholy. His very existence screamed out in agony, but by sheer willpower he pushed through. He did not stop. And when he rose to his feet, panting, that is when he truly realized what he had done. He had not merely absorbed chakra, he absorbed nature itself. What sages took years of training to master, Naruto devoured in days due to sheer hunger. The demon amongst mortals. At 10 years old, Naruto was unrecognizable. His whisker marks have darkened his eyes, burned with gold and red. His chakra, no, his very presence was suffocating. The villagers no longer call him monster. Instead, they look away. They move away. They froze when they saw him, as if a demon was stepping by them. They were terrified. And in silence he smiled. His chains grew more refined, more terrible. He learned to split them into thousands of threads, weave them in to thousands of groups that could annihilate and absorb hundreds at a time. Bandits disappear in the forest. Missing names never returned from their wandering. They all disappeared. And then he too vanished. As the village searched, the Hokage searched, they could not find him. He went out into the world. Due to the power inside of him that was connected with the others, the hunger was so thirsty for it. Naruto went out to find them all. He went after them, one by one. The first he found was the Three Tails, sleeping within the lake. His chains pierced through the water, diving into the beast before it could even roar. It was the first time that Naruto absorbed the tail beast. His power, whenever he did so, it didn't just refill him, it added to his own, making his supply that much larger. For the first time, Naruto felt the crackle of swallowing an entire tail beast, and the sensation was like euphoria. And the Three Tails was no more, only a fragment of power drumming inside of his veins. One by one he hunted them and their Jinchuriki. Gar of the desert, Yujito of Kumo, Roshi of the Hidden Stone, Han of the Hidden Stone. Naruto hunted each and every one of them. By then, the world knew his name. They call him a monster, they call him a demon. Many rose to fight him, but He slaughtered them. He absorbed them. He was becoming something less human every single day. The nations, they had to do something. Because by 16 years old, there was no more tail beasts, only Naruto. His appearance had changed. His eyes were gold and red, just like his chains. Before it was just the pupil, but now it was the entirety of his eyes. It was like looking into power itself. He could use their power fully or translucent whenever he desired. He could turn into them, small or large. They were him and he were they. He became something else. Nations rose together to try and stop him. But what was jutsus against a boy that could drain them away in mere moments? They were too slow. They were not strong enough. Even physically, they could not best him. He was something else. He was a demon. Entire villages were silent. Only buildings remained. Existence were being wiped out. And he did not stop. The Hokage begged, trying to stop him, but there was no mercy, no empathy. He was tired of mankind. They ignored him. They abused him. They wanted a monster, so he gave them one, as his chain swept across Konoha. By the time Naruto was 18 years old, only 1% of the population remained, hiding away from him, but he could sense them. They became toys for him to play with, amusements. And thus, he learned. He learned about the Atsukis. As his intention was to devour the world, he learned everything. And Naruto was hungry for them as well, because none of them was enough. Conquest wasn't even enough. His hunger only deepened. He tasted chakra, life, nature, tail beasts, but he still wanted more. The stars were now calling to him. So he took the earth. Naruto plunged his chains into the earth itself and devoured every essence that made the earth what it is. He became something unnatural. The planet itself shook as it was torn apart, breaking away. All the survivors. Without the planet, they had nothing. And just like that, one boy eviscerated the entire planet. But as he basked in the emptiness of space, not even that could claim his life. He was no longer human anymore. Something else. Something terrifying. He was not going to be wait to be hunted. He hunted them down. He first found Momoshiki and Kinshiki as their movements across the vast universe, moving with their portals. The taste of their power was discovered by him. Kinshiki was shocked when his axe shattered against Naruto's hand. He was swallowed. Momoshiki was shocked. He too became a part of Naruto. And the taste that Naruto got from them, his eyes, his body electrified in ways that he hasn't felt in a long time. He hunted the rest. He went from civilization to civilization, devouring people, planets. He was becoming something else, something terrifying. He was evolving. He was becoming more and more powerful by the day. The Atsukis were no gods. They were simply fuels for him. Yes, fuels. Naruto didn't stop. As the stars themselves started to tremble, he was no longer bound by human form. He became something else. A demon that walked amongst the lesser beings. As years passed by, years upon years upon years upon years, as Naruto went through galaxies, until he became a universal threat, powerful enough to take an entire galaxy, to erase it. Then again, that wasn't the exact word that should be used here. absorbed it. The moment Naruto stepped out of his own galaxy, that wasn't supposed to be a problem within this universe. This galaxy that was supposed to be, well, weak compared to the others. No special people should be from there. As Naruto ventured into Universe 7, that is when they start to feel it. And that is where the story truly begins. As the galaxy that had been Naruto's cradle was gone, far above, beyond the fabric of space, in the divine realm of Universe 7, a ripple went through the stillness. The supreme Kai of the West trembled in meditation. The South Kai stiffened as his body quivered with unease. The East Kai, young and vigilant, eyes sharpened, turning his gaze towards the distant stars. And the Grand Kai, the boisterous of them all, the barrel belly, overseer of them all, stopped mid-laugh at the tournament ground, his face turning grim. This power, it was bottomless. Something unnatural brewing in the mortal galaxy. His mind instantly went to Bibidi, a small little imp that has always created trouble. However, Bibidi was silent for the longest time now, working on something big, working on something powerful. But before that, something else was rising. The arrival of something terrifying. It was a North Kai though who made a move first, blessed with purple hair, small dark eyes, a fair complexion dressed in his traditional robes. Via teleportation he arrived. He was stunned. What in King Yama's name happened here, he said, scanning through the emptiness. It's all gone. He was utterly shocked. That is when he located it. Something moving through the vast space. It stopped. And it saw him. Naruto turned, gazing towards the North Kai, feeling something strange, something that he never felt before. This energy, this power. Naruto stopped himself, floating towards this strange individual. What are you? He said. Not human, not mortal. You reek of divinity. The North Kai swallowed thickly, feeling an ominous sensation more than ever before. As he fixed his tone, putting some authority in it. I am the North Kai of Universe 7, he said. Protector of this squadron, who are you to defile my domain? With this carnage, he said, what have you done? Naruto tilted his head and smiled. I was hungry. And you're something I haven't tasted before. What? The North Kai said. Naruto dashed forward. Without hesitation, the North Kai thrust his hand out, releasing Divine Ki, a spear made of Divine Ki. It was there to purify corruption as it shot at Naruto. The blast engulfed Naruto as it spread across the stars. When the light faded though, Naruto stood unscathed, his chains wrapped around him protectively. As it drank the remnants of the godly ki, like it was water. Interesting, said Naruto. Your power tastes different, refined, sacred. Naruto said, a smile stretching wider than before. This is what I've been searching for. The Kai staggered back. You absorb divine energy, he said, absolutely stunned. Chain shot forward before the North Kai could teleport away. The chains wrapped around him, peering into his very essence. The Kai screamed, the sound echoing across the very void as Naruto drew in his very godhood, taking it away from him. The Kai body withered away as there was nothing left, just a husk within the void. Naruto trembled, his veins glowing with a blue celestial light. Yes, he shouted to the heavens, this is it. The power of the gods. Within the Supreme Kai realm, panic immediately ensued. The West Kai clutched her chest. The South Kai fall to his knees, sweat falling on his brow. He's gone, the West Kai said. The North Kai, his presence, it's vanished. The Grand Kai usual grin was gone. His face was grim as he rose from his seat. No mortal should be able to consume a Kai life force. This is beyond forbidden. This is impossible. The East Supreme Kai, still young, brash, standing tall, he clenches fists. Then we have no choice. We should confront him before he grows any further. But even as they spoke, they felt his power spreading across the entirety of Universe 7. Back within the void, Naruto was there, twisting. The divine energy twisting within him. Half divine, half abomination as his chains twirled around him. They now shimmer with a divine light. A light that was once there to preserve life, but now it was a part of a tool for pure corruption. So this is divinity, said Naruto. The gods hoarded this power for themselves, but they are weak, fragile. I will take it. I shall take it all. The galaxy around him trembled. I am no mortal. I am no god. I am hunger eternal, and I will not stop until everything is consumed, until the entire universe is gone. And beyond it, Naruto laughed darkly, his laughter spreading through the void. He just began. Time skip. As the Kais plotted on what to do, their realm, untouched by any corruption, lay peacefully. A place that was untouched by mortal suffering, suspended above the fabrics of Universe 7, radiant with eternal daylight and skies that shimmer with endless stars. But that calm crack as a violent ripple tear through reality, space tear open. From the rift, Naruto stepped out, his chains curled around him like living serpents, humming with the divine energy of the North Kai that he used to find them. His eyes glowing, molten gold and crimson. His presence pressing down on the land. The Kais felt it immediately. The West Kai stumbled back. The South Kai clenched his jaw. Sweat forming on his forehead. The East Supreme Kai Shin froze mid-step, his gaze wide with disbelief. And at the center, towering above them all, stood the Grand Supreme Kai, the round belly, deceptively cheerful god who once sealed away Moro. His jovial aura was gone now though, as he stared towards the intruder. As Naruto cut through the ear, his tone sending chills down their spine. So, this is the sea of the gods, the heart of your order, he said. Beautiful, fragile, mine to be. The South Kai stepped forward. You dare intrude on the Kai's realm. What are you, boy? No mortal could find their way here. The chains circle around Naruto in a taunting way. I am what neglect created. I am what indifference birthed. Mortal God. Whatever you want to call me, none of it matter because in actuality, I'm hunger. I'm correction. The West Sky voice trembled. Correction? You murder the North Kai. Its essence vanished from the tapestry of life. What is it that you want? Naruto raised his hand, flexing his fingers as divine light pulsed from his very skin. What I want? I want to take what is broken and consume it. The universe is flawed. The people squabble. The gods hide. Its so-called balance drowned in hypocrisy. You all stand by and preserve what should have been remade a long time ago. So, I am here to devour it all. I will forge something better within myself. A universe perfected not by creation, not by mercy, but by becoming the very sum of all existence. Shin, the youngest Kai, finally find his voice. You are insane. The balance of the cosmos, it is not yours to decide. Naruto cut him off. Balance? Naruto threw his head back and laughed. The very sky trembled as he did so. Balance. Is that the excuse, he said? Balance is nothing more than stagnation. If you refuse to evolve, you rot. I am evolution. I am the end of weakness, said Naruto. The Grand Supreme Kai realized the threat as he stepped forward at last, his shadow of his presence casting over the others. His normal expression hardened. Then you leave us no choice. For the sake of the universe, you cannot be allowed to live. His palm lifted as golden energy surged. The ear trembled. Divine ki surge, ready to annihilate solar system in an instant. The South and West Kai join him, weaving their power into the attack. Shin hesitated but then a moment later raised his hand as well. Together they unleash a torrent of godly energy. However, they had no idea. This is exactly what Naruto wanted. Having gotten a taste for the divine energy, his body adapted, hungering for more. As the blast streaked forward, it slammed into him. The energy should be enough to rip him, to annihilate him, but as the light consumed Naruto, silence. Silence in their eyes, in their mind as they watch his existence be consumed until the light twisted. The blast reversed. The energy surged as it was sucked into Naruto's chains, pulling within him, pulling inside. Naruto surged as his power reached a new height. Naruto was choking on the power as it oozed out of him. Your divinity, it shall become mine. All of it. Naruto sped forward. They all leaped into the sky. However, he vanished. The South Kai eyes widened as the chains ripped through his chest. South Kai! Shin shouted in shock and horror, unable to believe what he was seeing. The corpse fell to the ground, breaking away into dust. As they stood there shocked, the West Sky dived inwards, summoning divine flames. Naruto leaped and jumped away, dodging as he moved, weaving through it as he dashed straight towards the West Sky. She saw him move beyond her sight. She spun and lashed out a kick, but Naruto caught it. Pulling her close, he smiled. He gripped her throat and lifted her. He drove her into the ground, exploding it. As he took everything away from her, the realm falls silent. All of this happening within seconds. As the smoke of the fire cleared, Naruto stood tall. The Grand Supreme Kai. He fought the hardest. His power eclipsing the others. His strength ancient and vast. His fist colliding with Naruto, knocking him away. They shook the land, their energy sent waves across the sky. The Grand Supreme Kai seemed to be growing stronger and stronger and stronger as he released more of his power, releasing it all upon Naruto. It seems like Naruto would be outdone, like he was winning. However, it was just an act. The more he struck, the more Naruto absorbed. He covered his fist within the chains until he no longer have to. He was taunting him now as Naruto grabbed his head and smashed it into his knee, causing him to stagger back. With each blow that Naruto threw, he dodged everyone that the Kai threw. Naruto kicked his leg away and hit him into the sky. He appeared behind him and sent him through the earth, his body creating a trench so deep. Naruto stood there in mid-air floating as he slowly made his way down. Shin was the last one. Naruto smiled towards him, stepping at him slowly, smiling as he did. There is no fight in this. You can't win. You can't beat me. Simply stand still and allow me to consume you, said Naruto. Shin was terrified, more afraid than he's ever been in his entire existence. He could not move. Struck with fear, he could not move. He could not breathe until the Grand Supreme Kai appeared and grabbed him. He teleported away with him, clearing the area. As they fled, Naruto stood there, looking rather amused. He was about to chase after them until he looked down. Naruto smiled. He stabbed his chains into the ground and started to absorb. More. Mountains turned into rivers of energy. Streams bled away. The sky darkened as the planet started to rip apart. It was a good thing that the other two was off planet, as the entire thing crumbled away. All that could be seen in the vast space was Naruto power eclipsing everything around him before it slowly flooded back into his form. As he stood there, his golden hair longer, falling past his shoulders like burning silk. His eyes became kaleidoscopic, shifting between crimson, gold, and a void black. His chains gleam with divine runes written all over them as they constantly glow. His skin, it was something divine. Its features still looking human, but its durability, it wasn't God, it wasn't mortal, it was something else. Something vastly different. Naruto screamed, and space itself trembled. His power surged. His eyes darkened. The universe shall feed me, he said. Along with the survivors, Shin and the Grand Supreme Kai collapsed onto an asteroid, both of them trembling. Shin clutched his chest. He's unstoppable. He killed them all. South Kai, West Kai, North, they're gone. He didn't only kill them, he devoured them. He devoured the realm. Shin said, absolutely befuddled by what just happened. The Grand Supreme Kai placed a hand on his shoulder. This is worse than anything we ever face. He will not stop until there is nothing left. Then, what do we do? How can we ever hope to stand up against something like that? As the Grand Supreme Kai expression hardened, something came to mind. There's only one being that can delay him now. Only one that can destroy what we cannot. The word destroy got to Shin. As the realization hit him, you mean Lord Beerus? He said, looking towards the Grand Supreme Kai. Yes, if this monster is not stopped, the entire universe will be consumed. As much as I rather not do this, the destroyer must be awakened before it is too late, he said. Meanwhile, Naruto moved across the cosmos, a hurricane of crimson and golden chains slicing through the void. Planets crumble at his approach. Their molten core and spiritual essence were all drawn into him. This was not mere consumption that fueled his power. Their very essence was flown into his body, his veins, his bones, every element, every practice, every trace of life, death. It became a part of him. The mountains of dead worlds, their energy raised within him, oceans, skies, they all melted into his limbs. He was growing more and more and more. He was no longer just a mortal, no longer a shinobi. He was becoming a deity of pure consumption, a living crucible of every single source that he absorbed. As each of the planets were brought into him, the divine essence swirled and twisted inside of him. Stars themselves seemed to dim, break apart as they felt his terror. His eyes, ever shifting, started to reflect the galaxies that he was devouring. Chains spiral across him like fire and light, the divine energy coursing and wrapping around him. He was evolving again and again and again and again. Meanwhile, we don't have time, Shin, the Grand Supreme Kai said. We must wake Beerus. We must act immediately. If we don't, everything shall be devoured. And if all else fail, wait, you think Lord Beerus won't be able to stop him? Shin said, shocked. Just a precaution. If that happens, you will take my place. Because I have something that will possibly stop him. To take your place? Me? Shin said, shocked. Yes, the Grand Supreme Kai said, if anything happened to me, you will inherit my link with Beerus. Only then can the balance be restored if I cannot act. With that, the boat made their way, wasting no time as Naruto was moving through the universe. Space warp as the two Kais traveled to Beerus' planet. Stars streaked past as the great Kai used his technique to keep a trail on Naruto, a track on him as they moved through the stars. Naruto continued, not slowing down. Each place that he absorbed, each essence that he consumed, it hardened him. It expanded his mind. It expanded his awareness. Minerals, essence, the expanding gas of life forms, cores of the planets. He felt his chains pulse deeper with divinity more than ever before. He was aware of the Supreme Kai movement, fragments of signals that tease his curiosity as he continued his war path, consuming and destroying. He did not stop though. Each planet whispers secrets to him. The energy flow within him, the power magnifying him, turning him into something more than ever before. All of their essence merge into his own, merging with the divine energy, making it stronger, vaster, limitless. His connection leaving anything that tied him to death, suffering, chaos. His intelligence rising, his understanding rising as he continued on. Back on Beerus' planet, Beerus lay on his golden mat, stretching. Centuries of slumber as he stir and stretch, wheeze, just hovering beside him. Lord Beerus, he said, as he stood there holding on to his staff. The entire universe is at risk. Something has arisen. A being, unlike anything that has ever threatened the universe before. It has already consumed several Kai of Universe 7, along with several others. Beerus blinked as he yawned, scratching his ears. Another threat. Do I have to wake up for this? Yes, my lord, we said. We must address it. This power. It is approaching our realm. I have been tracing its history and origin. He raised his staff looking into it, as he was tracking Naruto energy across the void, attempting to map out Naruto's trajectory to understand him. As Whis gazed into his staff, I see him. He whispered, gazing inwards, uncovering Naruto's name. He was a mortal, hailing from the north sector of the universe, in a distant galaxy. But he's growing in an unnatural way, an unholy way. Beerus blinked, more alert. Unholy? How unholy are we talking about exactly? And who is this pest? Whis turned his head. We have some visitors. Moments later, Beerus was finally up. As Shin was nervous, the Grand Supreme Kai spoke. He's beyond our understanding. He detailed everything that they have witnessed so far. As Beerus and Whis stood there, Beerus finally alert, realizing this threat was much more than they originally thought. As Whis and Beerus spoke, Shin was taken aside by the Supreme Kai. If all else fail, there is a seal I can use to trap this foe away, but at the cost of my life. Wait, no, just listen. If that does happen, if we are pushed this far, you will be the one to take my position. Shin eyes widened, but I don't know if I can, he said. He placed a hand on Shin's shoulder. I believe in you, he said. As Beerus stood there, he decided to take a bath. He seemed not really concerned, causing Shin to worry that he was underestimating this foe. As Beerus made his way off, leaving the two Kai and Whis. Meanwhile, Naruto stretched across Universe 7, absorbing, eliminating, one after another. He consumed. Naruto was loving every single moment of it. Time skip. Naruto reached the prehistoric sky of Earth. The planet Earth, something he did not know though. It was covered with beasts, known as dinosaurs. As Naruto landed, basking in the knowledge, basking in it all, so vast. He loved every single moment of what he was doing. He stood there simply, reflecting every planet that he absorbed. Their existence, their memories, everything of them was a part of him now. As Naruto knew so much, understands so much, as he just sat on Earth, taking a moment, breathing it all in. Earth was prehistoric, primitive, no technology. Yet, it shall be a feast for him. While that was gone, Whis was traversing through the cosmos with Beerus. The time that Naruto took to take it all in, allow them to arrive, allow them to pinpoint his energy. Beerus stretched as he yawned lazily, ready to face off against this unholy being. His attire immaculate as always, his purple fur glistening across the sunlight as they finally arrive. About time someone interesting showed up. Let's see if he's worth waking me up for, said Beerus. As they landed, the energy washed over the planet. Trees trembled, dinosaurs froze. They felt Beerus, as Naruto's eyes snapped open, feeling something different. His head snapping to every single side before he pinpointed. "It seems he's coming to us, my lord," we said. Boom! A huge portion of the earth trembled as Naruto crash landed. Beerus and we stood there. Naruto stepped out of the dust and smoke. "So you're the one that has been devouring entire galaxies like they're snacks. I've sensed your power, boy, or whatever you are. I am Beerus, god of destruction of Universe 7. Beerus. Yes, I've sensed you from afar, said Naruto. The Kais know of you rather well. Your energy is stronger, yet restrained. Interesting. Beerus' ears twitch. You are amusing. You speak as if you are already a god. Yet you have not faced me. I am the one that ends planets, who erase entire existence with a mere thought. You are nothing but a mortal pest, playing with the wrong toys. Naruto chains twist and turn. A pest? I've consumed worlds, devoured the lives of countless planets. I've stolen divinity itself. You are nothing but a snack I have yet to taste. A test, perhaps. Or perhaps a feast, said Naruto. Beerus smirked. He seemed rather amused. A feast? You speak too much. He raised his hand. Hakai, he said. Time itself seemed to shudder. The divine destruction energy of Hakai. Moving towards Naruto, but Naruto chains reacted immediately and shoot outwards. The moment the two collided, Naruto chains started to twist out of existence. Beerus simply smirked, seeing that Naruto was going to be erased. As he said, not worth getting out of bed, as he proceeded to turn his back. However, as his chains were being undone, Whis was the one that felt it. What is this? He said. Naruto roared to the heavens, his power surging, something inside of him twisting unnaturally. His chains taste a piece of Hakai. They thrummed into the energy. They aligned themselves within it, adapting to it, and they started to absorb it. Each planet, the trillions upon trillions of souls that he absorbed, the Kais, allow Naruto to absorb erasure itself. Beerus turned, and for the first time in countless eons, the god of destruction was truly shocked. Whis was surprised. I did not anticipate this, he said. He shouldn't be able to absorb Hakai, but he has done it. Naruto screamed, his power causing the earth to stop rotation. His power whipping through the universe. Supreme Kai and Shin felt it. The Supreme Kai knew. He never wanted to believe it, but he knew, and now he felt it. He placed a hand on Shin's shoulder. Shin knew exactly what this meant. Back on Earth, Naruto was levitating in the sky, as his body was eradicating a strange purple mist. You thought you could erase me? Must say, that surprised me a moment there. However, seems your arrogance is just that. Arrogance. You failed to destroy what I am. So, I will take what you are, said Naruto. Beerus' ears twitch. He's never seen anything like this before. Absorbing Hakai. Whatever this thing, it was no longer mortal. It no longer go by the rules of nature. Beerus proceeded to remove his ceremonial robes and toss it to the side. Hakai did not work. Fine. I will simply crush you until there is nothing remained. Naruto grinned excitedly. I would like to see you try. as the two monsters rushed at one another. But guys, me and subscribe right here. If you want part 2, just go ahead and tell me and I'll be posting it as soon as possible. But I'm out for now. Peace.